Welcome to Eat Like an Actor. Before we begin, a disclaimer. Lee has no qualifications as a medical professional, nutritionist, or even a sensible mother. This is not about promoting some magic bullet diet like an all-bran or all-carne asada regimen. This is about getting you past your hunger pangs at a price you can stomach. It might not be pretty, and it won't be easy, but you can stay fed at an economical price. So you've been watching Live Like an Actor episodes and have picked up some tips and tricks on saving money. You're a lean, mean, money-saving machine. No money pits are going to stand in your way. But something's wrong. You've got that weird feeling in your stomach again, just like you did this morning and last night. You're hungry! Food expenses are unavoidable and pile up. But with a little bit of strategy, discipline, and a few tricks, you can tame your food costs. Start by realizing that every meal, whether you eat in or out, has a monetary price. Your goal is to drive down the price of each meal. Confused? Let's go to the pie chart. This pizza costs $10. If you eat it all for dinner, that dinner costs you $10. If you eat half of it for dinner and save half of it for lunch tomorrow, then your dinner and lunch will cost $5 each. If you divide further, well, you get the point. The pie chart underscores an important goal for you: multiple servings. Purchase and prepare dishes that can be stretched out over multiple meals. With every food item you purchase, you should be asking, how many meals can I get out of this? Victory begins at home. Stock your pantry with foods that can serve multiple functions. Yes, your cheap frozen pizza is an inexpensive option to satisfy your pizza fix, but that pizza is only a single-serving pizza. And do not waste your money on single-serving novelty food. You're paying a premium price for a shiny, funny package. Your money is best spent elsewhere. Green leaf lettuce is an inexpensive and healthy food. It could be turned into salads, wrapping for meats, an extra layer for sandwiches, and many other things. Bread can be utilized at all times of the day and night. It's toast for breakfast, sandwiches for lunch, and it can integrate nicely into any snack or dinner. On an anti-bread kick, tortillas serve as a viable alternative. Cold cuts like pepperoni can be used for snacks, in sandwiches, and as the meat in a larger meal. Pan dulce can be eaten as a breakfast option, snack, or dessert. Almonds are a healthy snack and useful side dish. Fruit, like blueberries, are another healthy, inexpensive option for breakfast, snack, or dessert. Cheese. It's great on its own, or can be turned into a quick and easy dish like a quesadilla. The granola bar. A dessert, snack, or emergency ration while you're out and about. Your salad dressing? It's not just for salads. It can flavor up your sandwiches or serve as a dipping sauce for other foods. And then there's everyone's favorite food, whether they admit it or not. Bacon. Bacon goes with everything. You get the point. Foods that serve multiple purposes are a little bit better value than foods that can only do one thing. Victory begins at the grocery store. Always have a shopping list. It will remind you of how much money you're about to spend and will help you keep your spending in line. And never shop when you're hungry. If you go to a grocery store when you're hungry, you're more prone to costly impulse buys. Speaking of impulsive actions, don't wait until you're hungry to start thinking about what you're going to prepare for your next meal. Hunger can strike fast and turn you into a rampaging madman. You make rash decisions based on one thought. Feed me! Feed me now! Which often leads to the expensive restaurant or fast food trip that could have been avoided. One technique that can aid you is to plan out your meals in advance. 1 week is a good starting point. If you plan out your meals for each day, then it's easier for you to budget your food money. It also helps you avoid those costly last-minute food decisions. Advanced meal planning also keeps things interesting. You can avoid situations where you end up only having sliced ham in your fridge. Do you really want to eat a ham sandwich 3 days in a row for lunch? Probably not. Your food calendar can also remind you of those special days when you might want to prepare a special meal, or those days when you know you'll be eating out. Advanced meal planning allows you to budget accordingly. An important technique that is often overlooked is to allow yourself to enjoy your favorite foods. Too much restraint, well, that can cause you to fall off the wagon and go on a pricey binge. Moderation will allow you to stay happy and stay within budget. Now that you know what you're going to buy at the store, it's important to be an educated shopper. Read those ads. Know where the deals are. And every time you go shopping, remember how much things cost. If you frequently buy green leaf lettuce, know what price it usually sells at, and pay attention to how that price fluctuates. If you know that a particular restaurant near you has an unbelievable deal on a certain day, take advantage of that deal and stock up for multiple days. All the chicken you see in this shot was purchased for less than $2. If there's something that you always buy and consume no matter what, it's important to know the price range your staple usually sells for. This 12-pack was purchased today for $3. If it had been purchased last week, it would have cost $4.50. So if you know that your favorite item is at a rock bottom price, stock up on it as much as you can, as long as you know you're going to use it all. After a fine shopping expedition, you can put together an inexpensive meal like this. The frozen pizza was $1. You only used a few leaves for that salad from that $1.50 bundle of lettuce, maybe 20 cents worth. Your small dessert, maybe a nickel. And since you're having water for a beverage, that cost is minimal as well. Rounding up, this meal is still less than $2. You can keep your food costs under control and still have foods you enjoy. I know what you're thinking. This is all fine and dandy if you never leave the house. But eventually, you're going to be eating food in the outside world. If you're going to be away from home for a while, say while you're running errands around town for the day, consider bringing a small cooler with you. Should you find yourself stuck in traffic or suddenly find yourself hungry or thirsty, you'll have a remedy on hand and won't be forced to spend extra money on food. At some point, you're probably going to find yourself at a fast food restaurant. Before you robotically order combo number 3, ask yourself if you really want that side dish and if you really want that soda. If you really just want the main dish, just get the main dish and some water to wash it down. If you're just trying to quiet a hungry stomach, start looking at those value menu items. 1 or 2 should fill you up. If you're looking for an entree, side, and drink, consider ordering a kid's meal. The portions are probably a lot closer to what you should be eating. Restaurants are money pits. Even those affordable restaurants eat more of your food budget than they should. But even if you find yourself eating at a restaurant you probably shouldn't be eating at in the first place, you can salvage the situation. Many places serve way too much food. Save some of your giant entree for your next meal. As a bonus, your dining date will be impressed by your restraint. Okay, you realize that all of these techniques could have been helpful before you blew all of your food money on that big feast last week. But you still need a little bit of help until you get to your next financial break. Start by changing your mindset about food. Many of us have conditioned our bodies to expect a meal when you wake up, a meal around noon, maybe a snack around 3, and a meal between 6 and 8. Try eating only when you're hungry, and when you eat, only eat just enough to make the hunger go away. Chew thoroughly. Eat slowly. You'll fill up more on less food. Drink lots of water throughout the day. It dampens hunger a little bit. Find those filling foods. Sometimes a traditional side dish can act alone and fill you up. A box of stuffing can serve as 2 or 3 meals. Remember, all you need to do is make the hunger go away. And if you need help, get help. This is food we're talking about. No one should go hungry. Someday, you'll be able to help out someone in return. With some advanced planning and smart shopping, you can get the nourishment you need and keep your food budget under control. And when the savings start adding up, you'll be able to splurge a little. That's eating like an actor.